Hello and welcome to Steep. So far Steep has been really fun. In this video I'm going to be showing you a fair few things about Steep and my time in playing it. I recorded about 2 hours the other night, and within that 2 hours I didn't really learn probably as much as I should have. And by that I mean I didn't ever really, learn how to do tricks. I just learned how to spin, and I learned how to do basic things like that, and I kind of feel a little bit dumb. I could have recorded more, but it's actually Tuesday at 5 p.m. and I was wanting to get this up at Tuesday at 5 p.m. So yeah, this video again isn't turning out exactly like I wanted it to be, but I mean there's only so much I can do sometimes, and it's still a video and I think you guys will still enjoy it. I had a lot of fun playing this though. It made me feel a bit overwhelmed as soon as I started, and you'll kind of see that I have a little bit of a struggle actually when we first jump in here. After this first little initial thing, him kind of letting me know what's going on, I really kind of had a bit of a struggle like sort of getting into the game, because I just didn't know the controls like in any way, shape or form, and it didn't really explain them to me. I had to figure out after a while that you had to switch back to this a couple of times to make it work. And then even when trying it, it just, sometimes it just didn't work. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know if it was just me. But as you can see, I pushed forward and tried to go for it, I guess. And then my guy just started yelling. So I was like, okay, sure. Decided to sprint after it. That didn't work either. But he still screamed.
This is living.
And he thinks it's living, apparently. Real happy about that one. And this is where I figured out you kind of have to like reselect the wingsuit, and then I just pulled the wrong way. But at least I figured it out. So you just have to reselect it, and then suddenly you're good to go. And suddenly you're not so good. It was a bit of a learning curve. But I got there eventually, and that's the main thing. It was just a bit of a kerfuffle in the beginning. I guess it could have been worse. So I'll take it as it is. But yeah, this was really fun. The paragliding, or wingsuiting I guess you would call it rather, it was cool. It's not my favorite thing just because I find it kind of boring, in all honesty. It's very like simple once you get used to it. There is like some where you kind of do it like as close to the ground as possible, but I still don't really think I was feeling it too much, to be honest. But nonetheless it was fun. Yeah, so it threw you straight into snowboarding, and I was taunting or something there. That was me trying to figure out how to actually like play the game. I thought X or something would be an ollie. I didn't realize that would be the right trigger. It didn't really feel like it was giving me a lot of information, and as you can see I wasn't cutting here. I'm assuming you call it cutting when you cut to the slope. It just seemed right. I don't actually know snowboarding or snowboarding terms. But yeah, I wasn't doing any of that. As you can see, I was just going straight. I was going straight as fast as possible, which worked out most of the time, but wasn't the best in a lot of situations. And I couldn't figure out how to stop either. Apparently, you have to hold back on both sticks, not just the one, as you can tell. Otherwise, you just slide for forever. But I managed to get things like mostly figured out. And this map is huge. It was absolutely humongous, and I was super surprised at that. I'm a huge fan of the Skate 3, well, just Skate series, I guess I should say. So I was wanting to originally use the right thumbstick like I was playing Skate, which had to. I'm still struggling with the more I play it, because I played so much of Skate. I think I have over 1,000 hours into it, which is, I know, a lot less compared to some. But yeah, it took me quite a while to sort of adjust to that, and I think I'm still having issues with it, but it's like, I mean, it's Skate, but with snowboarding. It's the best snowboarding game I've played, really. And you can unlock these drop zones, like I just did, with the binoculars. It was super easy, super fun as well. But yeah, I was really like impressed with like the amount of stuff to do in the game. And as you can see, I was on my skis previously, but I think I slowed down for half a second because I'm like, I should probably switch to the snowboard. I can't speak today. And this is my first snow park, and this was pretty cool. This is probably one of my favorite bits, is when you're actually in the snow parks. because I remember watching, you know, a lot of the Winter X games, and it was probably one of my favorite things, it and the half pipe, even though I've tried the half pipe in this game now, and whew, it is not as easy as it looks. And it doesn't look easy, and as you can see, I'm just going like full on out. There is no slowing down, there's no landing ramps, there's just full on G-forces, which you obviously have a certain amount of G-forces, and if you max them out, oh, you do not fare very well. I've had them pretty dang high, and had my skis just explode under me, and I end up like knocking out instantly. It's really cool, but ow. And I believe this next bit is my first Red Bull challenge. Obviously there's sponsors like Red Bull, GoPro, all of the kind of classic ones that tend to sponsor every single extreme, extremed? That's what I meant to say. All the extreme sports, and it was honestly very cool. And here was my first run at it. Obviously it's easy. And it's so fluid, like going in between different things. And like when you get at the end of this, like, because this I'm just doing points. So once I was at the end of this, it was like I could just press left or right on the control pad and be into my next thing, all good to go. It teleports me there instantly, pretty much. And you're into you just ride through the gate and you're good to go. It's one of the most, I guess, fluid, quick loading games that I think I've really played, and I was impressed because I didn't play this originally. This is on PlayStation Plus as a free game, and I never played it before because I've always heard kind of negative things about it, and I don't quite see it. Maybe for the price, and maybe there was not a lot, maybe perhaps when it first came out, but I don't know. I see a lot of things that I kind of wish I had it earlier. I'm not complaining because I got it for free. And as you can see there, a lot of G-forces, a lot of really bad landings. That was sort of a downfall of mine. And this here, this is the end of my session while it was installing. So this was the first 30 minutes basically of me playing it, condensed into 7 minutes. You know, you get to do all this while you're installing the game, and then you can explore the area too. I didn't even realize that I wasn't installing, or that I was installing, so that was news to me as well. I was kind of surprised that it wasn't fully installed already, but I wasn't complaining. And there's so many like great cinematics in this, and the game itself is beautiful. I don't know when the game actually came out. I probably should look that up for like better information, but that would have been way too easy. I decided to do this as just a fun little commentary, sort of like post commentary, like I used to do with, I guess, my own Call of Duty footage to a degree. Not, like I said before, not all my videos will be like this, but like I said in the Minecraft one, while I'm getting things like figured out and adjusted to how I want to do the channel, there'll be some different things than you'll see maybe come in like March or April, and things will probably look a lot different. And as you can see with this race, it's my first proper race, which, yeah, had a little accident there. But as you can see, like, it's very, I go straight. I don't really like curve or shred or cut or something into the mountain. I'm not sure what you would call it. I don't know, again, the like proper terminology for it, but like I really did have fun. There was like my first one. I should have just, you know, saw the markers and realized, oh, maybe I should be doing that, which I think my brain is starting to get here. You'll see me like sort of do it, and I'm like, ooh, that's better. Let me just go full on straight again anyways. That seemed to be the majority of my mindset. I don't know why. I think it's just because I was like, maybe if I just go really fast and even if I crash, I'll be fine. And honestly, a lot of the times that did work, but there was a lot of times that are cut out of this that, whew, they did not work. But yeah, here's me actually like cutting something properly, and I got a lot better at this. Frankly, just playing last night, which I didn't record, but I think I even get better at it towards the end of this video. Or so I hope. I've not watched it since I played last night, so, or like before then, so I'm wondering if it's going to look really rough. Hopefully not, but I'm still getting gold medals. Obviously it's easy, and there's the activity list a little bit. Oh, and this here, this is the story. It's got like a little story thing. So I originally sped this up because I hated this. I just had to follow this guy for forever, and there's a couple like this where you just follow, but this one I just found so creepy. It was just a little, like, or a lady talking, being like, come play on my slopes. and I just hated it. So I sped it up and I left it in just to say that I really didn't like it. But granted, there is some better stories that I have done. Well, sort of. But there's some cooler things that I've done, like where I'm following a group of 4. Still not my favorite thing in the world, but it was a lot cooler. And this, I was doing the parasailing. Is it parasailing? What is it called when you're not? I guess it's not like. Is it still parasailing when it's in the air? Because sailing didn't feel right, because I always think of that like when it's over the ocean. I don't know. Either way, I'm doing the little race that was in this. I just cut corners. I don't know if that was like any reason not to be honest. It was like trying to tell me to go all these special ways, and I was just like, why? I didn't see the point. I believe I still get gold. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I didn't really quite understand the point. You can do stunts in this, which I haven't quite figured out yet. I probably need to toy around with that a bit more, because I can't figure out how to really get points in it. But now that I know that you can sort of tweak things and all that, maybe I can figure that out a bit more. But yeah, this was super easy. It was cool enough. It was just, you know, kind of, I guess, boring to a degree. And I believe this next bit that I do is me, yeah, trying the rocket suit. It didn't go very well. I eventually figured out, don't worry. And this, I'm doing a hard mode one. I just wanted to see how, you know, being thrown into it and playing it for about 45, maybe 50 minutes at this point, maybe an hour, how I would actually do. And I just cut out one bit there where my Google Hangouts went off. I didn't actually crash until just then. I just turned it off because of that. There's a lot of crashes in this, so I wouldn't edit it out. But yeah, I have some very, very unfortunate losses here. This is kind of what I think got me into the whole trying to, you know, cut into the slope and everything a little bit more. But as you can see, I'm still going way, way too fast. I started learning to, you know, sort of brake a little bit here as well, and I kept landing on these icy, rocky bits, which really didn't help. But as you can see, I'm actually doing a little bit what it says here. And so I ran into that pretty hard. The reason I did that is because I went through it perfectly fine one time, and I was like, I don't know why that happened. Let me try this again. I just kind of pinged off it and jumped it like a ramp. So I thought, okay, maybe you can ramp them. You can't. I found that out very quickly. And that's all I did to that one, because it was going to be a massacre otherwise. And these are one of the cooler ones. You just try to do the best score in one single jump. I just did like massive spins. I don't know if that was so it was a 1620. So that was fun. I think I have another one of them here. And I can't remember if I totally crashed this one or if it goes well. It could be either or, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not polite to my knees in this game. And yeah, this one doesn't look like... Oh, yeah, that wasn't a good one. that was not good. So this is my retry. And most of the time I end up, you know, getting these like pretty good. I got mostly gold medals. I didn't bother to like try for like full on gold. And as you can see, some of these ones were so rough. Like me just getting caught, losing all of the like forward motion, all the momentum, I guess is a better word to say. But I still kept a lot of them. This was like so bad and looked so gross. But I got gold. I mean, I kept it because of getting gold, but like it was such a bad run. And like I literally die into the gold or into the finish line to get gold. So I mean, maybe you could say that I'm, you know, willing to die for my art, but no, it's just I'm bad at the game, but it manages to reward me anyways. And this one is just a all score rules, like free ride thing. So you just try to get to the finish line within certain parameters of the, I guess, the zone. I've not noticed that I could go out of zone. And again, this is one where my momentum was hindered many a times like this, and I felt a bit dumb on occasions, but it turned out pretty good all in all. Managed to, I think, maybe get gold on this one. I can't remember if this was a silver run or not. But like I said, more often than not, and as you can see, the whole G-force thing, I've gotten a lot better with that. It's like a lot of practice. Maybe I'll do an updated video, maybe like in the next month or so, or maybe the next couple weeks, and just show that I've gotten a wee bit better. And this was just some of the customization. I'm not like too huge into it, but it was cool. I mostly like the costumes, especially the 90s one. That's all me. And this looks like a medium free ride. Okay. I don't remember putting this one in, but as you can see, I've still not learned my lessons. I'll learn it eventually. Well, I guess I have learned it. It's just I hadn't learned in this recording. Now looking back at it, it's kind of like, why did I not think that this was bad? Like a bad thing to do. As you can see, that one was pretty good because I actually had a landing slope. But you know, there I kind of got some like slower speed. Still had a bit of a weird G-force thing. Could have been just a bad, you know, takeoff and landing there. Which I guess a bad takeoff always makes a bad landing, but it's, I guess, whichever way you look at it. Little love tap on the rock almost there. I don't know if I get this one first try, actually. Yeah, I do, actually. This actually isn't first try. This is after about 5 tries of trying to get gold on this. There was a lot of fails. I kept going like the other way that it didn't want me to go. Or that it did want me to go. And this time I went a way it didn't want me to go, and I already had gotten gold here, so I don't think I really do any more tricks. I think I just kind of ride it out safely. I might do one at the end, because I always like to do one. Nope. Didn't even try. Oh, I did one after the end. That's what I was... Ooh. Okay. Whoopsie. And I finally figured this out. This was really cool. This was great for getting the drop zones. And, or the outlooks, or, yeah, drop zone. That's what it's called. This was great for that. I just kind of would fly over them, and I flew over probably about maybe 5, 6 of them. There's still a lot more that I probably have to get, but for the meantime, it was great. And this was me trying out the skis. I actually prefer the skis, and I've kind of thought this in real life too, that I might prefer skiing, so maybe it's destined to be. But it was really fun to use the skis more, and last night I found myself when I was playing doing that as well. And as you can see, the weather is dynamic. You can sort of change it around. I kept changing the nighttime for some reason, no matter how hard I tried to make it day. And I couldn't figure out how to spin my skis around here and there, so that's what happened instead. And then I just learned to kind of do like a little ollie to sort of make it work, and that was, you know, good. Obviously. This was really fun. This is called a crazy race, I guess. Or, well, some of them are races. That one was just to create the most amount of damage to yourself. Sure, I can do that. I'm very good at that. This one was a lot more fun, though. This one was a race version, maybe, of that. No, it's just an extreme race. Okay, so this was an extreme race. There was a race version of that, but I think I cut that out due to kind of time. It's already a bit long of a video. But this was pretty fun. This took me a very few tries to be able to do, and as you can tell, it's definitely an extreme race. I don't know how I landed that in any way, shape, or form. And this was, yeah, I mean, this is pretty much how it worked every time. I don't know how I didn't get knocked out there, and pretty much all of this going all the way down the mountain. I feel like I could have won this if my guy would have just like put his leg out, stopped it a little bit, and then, you know, been able to continue, or got stopped by that. But I ended up getting silver in the end, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. So whatever. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with, you know, the video being a little bit different than I anticipated. If you want to get this, it's still free until February, I believe, on PlayStation Plus if you are a Plus subscriber. So, yeah, feel free to check it out. It's really fun, like I said. I really had a lot of fun and enjoyment with the game. I still plan to play a lot more. Like I said, I played about 2 hours then. I played about 2 hours last night, so I have about 4 hours into it. I think I'm going to end up beating it in my own time, just because I enjoyed it that much. And if you're not into these kind of games, I still suggest giving it a go, because I mean, it is free if you happen to have the PlayStation Plus. And, you know, there's nothing really to lose with doing so. other than maybe a little bit of hard drive space for a couple of days. But and maybe some internet data caps if you happen to have that. But no, it was super fun, and I highly suggest it, I guess. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will talk to you guys on the video on Friday. In the video on Friday. That's the way to say it. Alright. Goodbye.
Another killer jump pulled off with...
No, God, no! Shit!